Is your body cam on? It is. Good.
Yeah, my body cam's on. It's recording audio, video, everything.
Thank you, sir.
So you just post it anywhere? What does that mean? Like social media? Or
I mean, what's the hell? Are we breaking any laws?
are we breaking any laws?
Am I being detained?
No. You can go free to walk away, man. Never detained. We're just trying to have a conversation.
Well, I mean, so you're
What's
not
your
aware of the
what's your story
you're not
about?
aware of the video posted on YouTube of a police officer assaulting a journalist right here.
No, I wasn't aware.
I actually wasn't aware of that one.
You also check the Facebook page.
I don't have Facebook. When did that happen?
Peel Regional Police Station Facebook page. Check that.
It's posted on there?
It happened Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Oh,
It's tagged on there.
sorry?
It's
Yeah.
tagged on that page. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why you guys are here, just to stir things up a little bit?
Not just stir things up. That's
Well, I'm just wondering why you're here after that incident occurred.
Well, maybe I was the one who was assaulted, and I want to see that officer held accountable.
So there's other ways about doing that. Do you want to go to the front desk and make a complaint?
Can I record that?
Or what? There's
Not
different rules inside, right? Because it's a police building.
Well, you weaponize the trespass laws, so we can't go in there while we're recording.
And you're
even though it's
misusing
our
It's not
Canadian right.
weaponizing a trespass.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. What you guys are doing now is you won't take a complaint unless you go inside a station, and now you can't bring your own form of accountability. You guys erase your
have
body
video
cam.
surveillance
Yeah,
and
you
they
guys
have
erase
access
that,
to
redact it. You guys own
That's not
that
true
footage.
at all.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have to be hostile with me, sir.
No,
That's
I'm not being
true.
hostile.
You
It's
are.
loud here. It's loud, and I have a loud voice. You haven't heard me speak yet. I'm not being hostile by any stretch of the word. But what I am saying is that those go missing. I've seen body
That's not
cam
true at
footage.
all.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I see a friend of mine had.
It goes directly to the cloud, sir. We can't.
Hold
even
on,
touch that.
right from there.
Yes.
I doubt that. And you guys control it. So how do you guys redact faces out of it when you give the body cam footage? You blur out people's faces.
Yeah, but we can't delete footage though.
You can turn it on. You can turn it off.
You can.
Yeah, you can mute the
That's
sound.
different than deleting footage which he's alleging.
That's
pretty
modification of the footage.
The name of the officer who you're alleging assaulted you, correct?
No, I'd like to record my complaint against said officer with my OIPRD form and
Why
document
don't
that
you go
with my
directly
camera.
to the OIPRD?
Did you fill out an OIPRD?
I did. I have it ready right now.
So go to the OIPRD.
No, we want to.
I'm at the
We're
station
documenting
right here,
the.
They're the ones that get in contact with us for the complaint.
Yeah, they hand it right back to you guys, and nothing ever happens. Yeah, they do. I know how the
Constable Douglas.
OIPRD works.
Constable Douglas.
I know a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your name, by the way?
Douglas.
Douglas.
What? Do you have a badge number?
3765.
Constable Douglas, can I just
3765?
make one thing clear
Yeah,
here?
what's
We were never hostile at all to begin with. Never gave
I'm
you
not
attitude
hostile either.
at all until you said you guys are here to stir stuff up.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I was asking you a question.
Why would you not de-escalate?
I just told you. I told you I asked you that question.
That's sort of like fishing for a
Why are
reason
you smiling
to.
behind the camera, man?
What?
Are you taking this serious or not?
Of course I'm taking this serious.
Okay, well you have a big smirk on your face.
Yeah, because I want to file my complaint
Okay.
formally
So do it. No one's stopping
and
you.
recorded the complaint.
So
What?
okay, so let me try to level with you.
Sure,
right?
Constable Singh.
You have a complaint that you want to follow through with,
Yeah.
but you don't want to do it through go to the front desk. Because
I do want to do it at the front desk, but
Okay,
I want to
but
record.
let me finish before you cut me off.
Sure,
Finish,
sure.
Okay. So you don't want to go through the front desk because you wish to record yourself doing that inside the police
For
facility,
transparency,
which we have told you that there's different rules about doing that, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do is go to the OIPRD office, which the form you already have filled out. Why don't you go to the OIPRD office and action it that way? Have you tried that yet?
Well, you can actually hand it in at any police division
I'm
in
sure
Ontario.
you can.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
Whereas-
But if you don't want to go to the police station and do that, you can also go to the OIPRD office.
I mean, I think it'd be a little better if I handed in to the police station
Well, I mean-
from the officer that.
Sure, I
actually
mean that's
assaulted me,
objective,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
Whatever you think is better versus.
I mean, it's my choice, right?
Wouldn't you rather go through a third party though?
The OIPRD hands it
honestly,
right to
brother,
you.
brother, honestly, I think Constable Douglas.
Yes, they
I
do.
think,
We don't
I
work
think
for
we're not
them,
going to
they don't
answer
work
any
for
more of your questions. Constable Douglas, you've come off as a little unprofessional. At
I'm
this time, yeah, we're just going to
Why are you
completely
shaking?
ignore you. Well, last time I was standing here, I was assaulted.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? I've been doing this job 11 years.
Do you have any
Go
other
to the
questions, Constable?
OIPRD, go directly to them. That's the best way of doing it. That's all it is.
You guys have any other questions for us?
No, I'm telling you how to best go about it. Submitting your complaint.
I know how to go about it. Okay, thanks, Douglas.
All right.
Where is the OIPRD
But I
main
have
I have
office?
no idea because they don't work for us. They don't work for them.
Yeah, I know. It's not very
Probably Google
close. And what happens with the OIPRD complaints is they usually hand it straight back to the
Blocking the
department.
sidewalk there,
Yeah.
Douglas.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, they usually hand it straight back to a
Good
department.
day, man.
And it's usually what happens. 9 out of 10 times I've seen it happen. They come back all
So you
unsubstantiated.
complained, about the police more than 10 times?
I think
No, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Constable
I know
Singh?
people who have.
So,
Sorry.
I appreciate your de-escalation tactics, by the way.
Thank you. Listen, man. So you're asking about where the OIPRD office is?
Yeah.
I googled OIPRD office. The office is right there.
Bay Street. Yeah, that's kind of far. All right.
That
I
is
appreciate
far.
that, though. Thank you.
I wonder if they have a mailing address. Maybe you could look that up. Let's see. It's too far.
How do you guys justify these signs?
Which ones?
The no audio or video recording.
It's a police station, right? So there's certain things that we need to protect
It's,
from the
it's
community.
safety
Yeah,
and
like-
security.
Right? Like investigative techniques, safety of officers, stuff like that, right?
You're not a secret police force. People know police,
No, I know.
and I can go and
I
like
agree with you.
freedom of information.
It's about our
1 second, please.
entrances and exits and
What?
that kind of stuff.
What is the problem? How do you guys justify putting those signs up when in Canada we do have the freedom of the press? It's protected under the Charter of Rights.
Yeah.
The Charter of Rights protects that, and I can go. I'm invoking my right to the free press. Federal law. RV Zarafinitis states that we can film police officers in the course of their duty. That's federal
Correct,
law.
correct.
And you guys are bypassing that by weaponizing a terribly written trespass to property act.
We're not stopping you guys from filming right now.
Well, no, if we went in, because that now we're at your. Let's say the man was assaulted. If he was or if he wasn't, isn't at option right now. Let's say I got beat up by a cop one night, and I come in here to file a complaint. The OIPRD office, wherever, and they say you can't film in there because of other victims. You know what? Now I'm putting my life at risk. It's deterring me from
That's
coming.
a little bit of a stretch.
Not really. I've seen a lot with police. They don't always act up and up.
I'm not saying
You understand?
They do or they don't. Like, I agree
And I'm
with
not accusing you guys of anything yourselves, but what it does do is it makes somebody scared to come in and make their complaints. It's a way of intimidating them out of it. And you know what? If I went in there, I wouldn't be running around and filming everybody's
Sir,
face that was
sir.
sitting there.
Can I just say one
Wait.
thing before you go further?
I just
one thing.
Sure.
We've given you several reasons of why
They
we don't allow filming on our property, and you just don't want to agree. You just don't agree with them,
So
which doesn't make it
respectfully,
wrong, though.
None of them
Should-
trump our Canadian Constitution.
That's right.
But
The Canadian
Private
Constitution is
property.
the supreme law
Private
of
property is
Canada.
completely different. This is public property.
right, it's paid by taxpayers' money, but it's
Exactly.
still private property, right? Peel police
Some
still have
parts of it,
authority
yeah.
over the property.
Restricted
It's same
areas.
with the courthouse, right? Any government building, it's the same. It is paid by the taxpayers. That's correct. However, we still have authority over our own property because we have certain due diligence. We have to protect, like you said, victims, stuff like that, right? We can't have people going in. If you're
hold
a
on.
victim of it,
You said one thing.
1 second. I know. My bad. If we have a victim of a sex assault or some serious case, we don't want people in there filming and they know who they are. Do you understand what I'm saying? Same with accused. If you've been arrested, we have the obligation to protect their identity as well. It's not our business to be telling everyone who is sitting in our building for whatever reason, right?
Well, Douglas,
so that's
you just
one
said
of the
it.
reasons.
You have the obligation to protect that information.
Peel police is what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have.
Yeah.
You guys have the obligation of protecting that information, not us. So when we go in with our camera and we're just looking at basic documents on the wall or recording my interaction with the police officer at the desk, it's your obligation to hide all that information from the front desk, not
Or
mine.
the victim in that case, or an accused member. Let's say there's a victim in there.
Okay, if it's our obligation to also protect that information, then under that obligation, will we not have these rules in, like, would it not be reasonable to have these rules in place?
No, you're trying to protect that information by violating our right to free press. That's what you're doing.
Right to
That's
free
what those
press is
signs
You're
do.
allowed to write what you can go and film.
Not
us.
right,
You
it's-
can write, you can film, you can do whatever you want, but you can't do it wherever you want. I can't go into your house and start filming.
That's
you.
not your
that's
house.
private property.
But it is though. It's the same difference. It's
No, it
Trespass to
isn't.
Property Act. It's under the same act. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, so Section
Even
2
though
of the
it's
Trespass to
paid
Property
by
Act
taxpayers.
states someone who is not acting under a right or an authority conferred by law. So when I walk in there filming, I'm acting under the right to the freedom of press protected by Section 2B of the Charter, and I'm acting under an authority conferred by law, which is RV Zarafinitis, which states in plain English that we can film the police in
Yes.
the
But they talk. That's interactions
no,
outside.
that would have to be outlined in the document, and it is not, sir. It says we can.
case by case, though, sir.
I think we're going in circles at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's safety and security.
We're
of
gonna
the
have those
persons
signs down
inside,
someday.
right? So,
We're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, if you disagree with those signs, like, you're free to write to whoever, email whoever, and take legal action if you want against those signs too, right? You guys are free to do that, right? But as it stands right now, yeah, we do have certain rules in place, and if you guys don't agree with them, then
So, if you arrest somebody, though, you just opened yourself up to a bunch of civil litigation because you take somebody's freedom away, which is violating Section 7 of the Charter, taking their life, their liberty, and you can...
People also have to be held accountable for their actions.
Yeah, like the police, very much so.
I agree with that too.
You can't make a rule to protect people that violates other people's rights.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That is the wrong way about it.
So, okay.
Make restricted areas. When a victim comes in, bring them to an interview room right away. If you see a lady crying, you know
That's what
what?
we try
Also
to
give
do,
us a
sir.
lot of credit too. Is we're not going to go in there and just stick my camera in some poor lady's face who's crying.
But look at it from our perspective too, right? Because you're saying you might not do that, and I have no reason to not believe. I have no reason to believe you or not believe you, right? But we've had people.
We've never met. That's correct.
Exactly. We've had people that are in your position right now saying that they're recording the police station, and hey, they're gonna walk inside, and they've done exactly what you're saying you're not gonna do, right? So look at it from our perspective as well.
Oh, we can film from out here, no problem.
Yeah.
But in your police station, make an area restricted. Bring them there when they come in. You know what you guys tell us all the time when we want to file complaints or freedom of information requests? Do it online. I hate that. You guys don't pay my internet bill, right? I sometimes don't have internet. So there is a way around this without violating people's rights. I'm just telling you guys this.
Right.
And if you do arrest somebody for it, and there's somebody like us who's going to stand and fight, tooth and fucking nail until, excuse my language, until it's done, and we'll win. There's chances are that we will win. And then you're opening yourself up to a lawsuit for violating our rights to keep other people safe. And that's not the way to go about it. You guys have a job to protect everybody's rights, not just a victim, not just
We have
an
a job to
informant.
uphold the charter, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of the reason I'm here is that sign. People tell me about these signs and I go and film.
Fair enough.
And I'm not going in there. I don't feel like being arrested right now. I have other avenues to do this. But you know what? You guys should be, if I go in there, if I went in one day, I see how busy it is, I would wait until it was pretty emptied out, or come at an hour where I know there's not that many people there. But you got to keep that in mind. When somebody wants to film their interaction with you, that is conferred by law, and that is Section 2 of the Property Act. So you guys are violating the Trespass to Property Act, just saying.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm not going to agree with that statement, but if that's what you think, that's what you think.
And that's fair. Look, we started
We're not
off
gonna
kind of
change
rocky.
your mind.
I think both sides here, both sides have good arguments, right?
I think we started off rocky, and I appreciate you guys having a civil
No, yeah.
conversation in the end. And
I have a loud voice
we
too.
don't mean to argue or anything like that.
You're not. It's all good. I get the concerns nowadays, right? Especially with videos and that. But Archie's doing his best, right? We got body cameras.
Yeah.
Every car is equipped with cameras now. We never used to have those, right? So, like you said, we're
Only
holding
some of
police
your
accountable,
officers
right?
have body cameras.
I love
right?
body
Some,
cam.
All
yes,
uniform guys.
Only some, yeah.
Yeah.
Even K-9?
I don't know what
It's
K9.
coming up.
I think it's
K9 will get them. Yeah.
Well, the
It
K-9
ta-
officer is a gentleman who assaulted me. You guys want to know what happened?
Sure.
Yeah,
I
I'll
was
listen
standing
to you.
here peacefully exercising my rights just as I am right now. Didn't move my hands, didn't move my feet, didn't move in towards anything. Standing right here, and a K-9 officer, Finney, number 3111, approached me and came up to me, went like this, and then hit my camera and my hand. Both my hands were on my camera like this, hit my hands, and then just continued to walk away. And I asked him, "What's your name? What's your name?" He wouldn't give me his name. I followed him all the way to the courthouse. He refused to identify. So then I came in the station on Friday afternoon, and I ended up getting his name and badge number, and I just needed to file a complaint on that. That's pretty much the gist of why we're here.
I know you may not agree with the process, but like you said, you obviously know it very well. The OIPRD form.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You can give it to them, whether you guys agree with how that works or not. My understanding is they're an independent place that investigates it. They don't involve Peel Police at all, right?
Yeah.
If they deem that it's a legit complaint, then action will be taken after
But
that.
you guys could understand why I wouldn't want to just file the complaint here without actually documenting it. Who knows if the officer who assaulted me takes that complaint? I don't know that. So that's why I just want to record when I go in. But if you guys say no, under threat of arrest, right? Under threat of arrest, I'm not allowed to go into the police lobby while I'm recording. Are you guys saying?
You'll be asked to leave, and if you refuse to leave, then it escalates from there, right? You'll be asked
Well,
to leave.
escalates to what? I need to know exactly.
I don't
Well,
think,
if you-
as a
so if-
reasonable human, I don't think you're gonna cause a stink in there right now.
No.
40 people, right?
No, but I just want to film myself at the counter handing in my complaint. But if you tell me I cannot do that under threat of arrest, then I will not.
What I'm saying, sir, is you don't need to go in there to hand in your complaint.
Not what I want.
Because, but we're Peel Police though. You're complaining, and you got to go to an independent place to do that.
No, I can hand it in here. You can actually hand in an OIPRD form anywhere. It has an officer intake number on it. Any officer can take it.
I know what you're saying.
It's also to give. It's also to show.
The best play for you would be to give it to the OIPRD.
Or maybe hand it in here, and the sergeant or the chief of police sees it before he sends it off to OIPRD.
There's steps before that, but yeah.
I mean,
It's also to show that he's not afraid to come back after that happened. Because that was a violent incident. That officer had no right to put his hands on him, and I saw the video as well. It wasn't nice, and the guy was acting cool, like he's like, "Hey, what's up?" and then slams his camera. And man, you heard it in the video. It turned. He would like to hand his complaint in and have it documented from inside.
you guys
Are we allowed to do that?
Why don't you both go in? Then you at least have a witness that does it, right?
well, no, I need it to be on.
Sir, there's certain. We already explained to you.
If
why
you guys
can't.
tell me I can't, and just
So
say
what
that
I'll
I
tell
will
you-
be arrested, then fine.
What will
that's
happen?
okay.
What would happen? I'll tell you what happens.
Okay.
If you decide to escalate things, right?
Well, not escalate. I just want to exercise my right
but
to go into
we're not
public
gonna
property.
put
It's
cuffs
not
on you right away.
escalate.
It doesn't work that way, right? We're gonna try to talk to you like we are now as reasonable people.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if you don't listen to the or don't comply with, stop filming in the lobby,
Okay.
then we're gonna be asked to leave, right? And if you don't leave, well, there's no other option at that point than to arrest you.
I'll be arrested for trespassing.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
But that's not what we want to do here.
Of course, but that's all I needed to fight
Right.
civil litigation.
Trespassing, a violation under the Trespass Property Act is an arrestable offense. Yes.
Yes.
Right? Now, we train officers to, not go that route right away. We like to talk to people first, and maybe they'll leave under their own accord. But sometimes that always doesn't happen, right? That's why the arrest authority is there just in case, right?
To piggyback with what Constable Douglas also said, I had a call yesterday where we were called for a party at our police pound that drove her vehicle right into the fence. Right, not into the fence, past the barrier to the fence. That's a police pound. She's not allowed to do that, right? So she was trespassing, but I had a candid conversation with her. I said, hey miss, listen, like, what happened today? She said, well, I thought, this and that, and yeah, you know what, I did cross the barrier, right? Because I was in a rush or whatever the situation was. I can't remember the details of it, right? And I asked her to leave, and she left, and I didn't make any arrests, right? It could. I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, like, my point is, there's a lot of avenues that we take before we try to arrest someone. I'm not here to be a big bad cop and try to make the most arrests possible, breaching people's rights. No, I'm here to do my job effectively. Right? Part of doing my job effectively is to abide by my directives and abide by the law that has my job there in the first place, right? I think
the difference between this situation and the situation you're describing is that would have been private property, right?
the police pound.
Yeah.
Restricted area, right?
Restricted area, maybe public property, but restricted area, right? The area that I want to go into is not a restricted area, so it's a little different.
It's publicly accessible, and that is covered. That is covered with the freedom of the press.
I know
We can't
exactly
go
what
into
you're
risk.
saying.
It's also covered under the TPA, though.
Yeah, but the section I read is very clear. It says anyone who is not acting under a right or authority, and if you invoke your rights, I'm invoking the right to the freedom of press when I go in there, and RV Zarafinitis is the authority conferred by law that lets me film while I'm interacting with police. That should make that allowable in the publicly accessible law.
Okay, yeah. If you
under the
think
TPA,
that, or you believe that, then like you said, you're doing your thing. You're trying to get the signs removed, right?
Or let's stand on the grass.
Right? You're trying to get your signs removed. You're doing your thing. Like I feel like we're just gonna go in circles here.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna step away.
Read
You guys
that
do your-
TPA.
You guys do your thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, as long as you're cordial and cool, then there's no issues with you guys being here and filming.
Yeah, we have some
If you want to
disagreements,
walk
but
in
overall,
and your complaint, by all means. man.
without recording.
Without
We
recording.
don't hate police. We hate them signs. That's one of the things that we hate.
Yeah.
We didn't put those signs there.
My name's Rick. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, Rick. Miranda.
Miranda.
Yeah.
Do you have a badge
Jay.
number,
Jay.
Miranda?
Nice to meet you, Jay.
Do you have a badge number?
3571.
3571.
I gave it to Jay. as
Cool.
well, so.
And
Nice
again,
to meet
what?
you guys.
Yeah.
And
Arjus,
I wish
Rick,
you luck
and
with
Douglas.
the
Scott.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right,
Hopefully
guys.
it all comes together.
Yeah. No, appreciate you guys coming. and
All
having
right.
some
Thanks for having this conversation.
Yeah.
The right to record in Canada and the USA is governed by a principle of constitutional paramountcy that renders a Karen's subjective disapproval legally irrelevant. In Canada, Section 52 of the Constitution Act 1982 establishes the Charter as the supreme law, while the USA relies on the Supremacy Clause and the First Amendment. These frameworks ensure that the public square remains a site of open observation. Because the law is supreme, any state intervention triggered by a bystander who is uneducated about the lack of privacy in public is of no force or effect, ensuring that individual liberty is not a privilege subject to the approval of others. To prevent the government from acting as a personal enforcement arm for misinformed citizens, the law imposes a heavy justificatory burden on the state. In Canada, the Oakes test under Section 1 requires that any limit on a right be minimally impairing and backed by a pressing and substantial objective. U.S. courts apply a similar standard of strict scrutiny for content-based restrictions. A Karen's personal annoyance or their ignorance regarding filming rights does not constitute a valid legal reason for an officer to seize a camera or stop a recording. This ensures that the state remains a neutral guardian of the law rather than a servant to social friction. The Living Tree Doctrine in Canada ensures that Section 2B, protections for expression, grow alongside technology, a concept mirrored in U.S. jurisprudence regarding digital media. While a Karen might view a smartphone as a modern nuisance, the law identifies it as a protected medium for the search for truth and public accountability. This purposive interpretation ensures that the constitutional floor remains stable even as technology evolves. By prioritizing the democratic value of transparency over the uneducated demands of bystanders, the judiciary ensures that the right to document remains a constant feature of North American life.